Hi, it's Uni, welcome back to my channel. I've had a request to do an update / wear and tear on my Speedy 25, so that's what I'm going to do today. And if you want to find out more about this bag and wear, then keep watching. So this bag was made in 2002. Obviously I haven't used it every single day, and this used to be one that I didn't use that often, especially for work, because it was a little bit too small for that. But I have been using it a little bit more in recent years, kind of on the weekends and evenings, so there's a bit more wear to it than it has been. Before that, it's kind of been sat in the wardrobe for a little while, and yeah, it just kind of wasn't big enough for what I needed it for. But yeah, I'm just going to go through some of the wear and tear on this bag. Because this one's quite a bit smaller than the 30, I find that the corners don't get scuffed as much, just because it doesn't stick out as much when I use this one. So the corners are still actually perfect. There's no scuffing or any sort of rubbing at all. The patina on the leather is very even. I can't see any kind of obvious marks other than these on the handles, kind of where they fall onto the little chaps down there. Yeah, so these are kind of the only marks that I could see. A little bit more on one side than the other. In terms of wear on the handles, that's about it, what I can see. Usually the bit that gets dirty the most is the inside of the handles, because that's how you carry the bag, but mine's still very clean. It doesn't look darker kind of on the inside compared to the rest of the leather, generally because I wash my hands a lot, and I don't grab the handles kind of as soon as I put hand cream on my hands. And a lot of the times I kind of don't actually hold the bag, I have it like this. So I find that the insides of the handles are actually quite clean. The other obvious wear on the leather is actually the bit where the padlock is, kind of around the hole. There's wear. I wouldn't say it's dirty, but it's definitely kind of rubbed off, or like there's signs of rubbing in that hole. But usually when I store the bag, I take the padlock off and just leave it inside with the keys, so it kind of avoids stretching the hole too much, because over time I think the hole will just get longer by leaving the padlock on. So I kind of just take that off when I store the bag. The brass on the bag is still very nice and clean. I wouldn't say it's the shiniest, but it's not doing bad considering I haven't cleaned the brass at all. And the zip as well, I've not done anything to it, and it's still very smooth. And yeah, generally the hardware is really good on this bag. I think the only thing that I would probably do is clean the padlock, because I feel like that's the bit that's showing the most tarnish and kind of quite dark, so dark that it kind of doesn't really match the hardware and the rest of the bag. So that's probably what I would do to this bag. The inside's still very clean, no marks or any stains or anything. It's just absolutely clean. The bag doesn't smell of anything. Generally I don't think my bag smells bad at all, even older bags, kind of, because I'm just quite careful in what I put in, and I make sure that nothing leaks if I do put anything kind of liquid in there or stuff like that. The interior pocket is also in great condition. Got a bobby pin in there. I've seen some kind of older Speedies or even Neverfulls with the old interior. It kind of rubs off a bit, because it's kind of like, I wouldn't know how to describe it. It's almost like a little bit more plasticky, like compared to the newer versions. And sometimes these can start peeling after a while, but mine still looks great. No peeling, no wear or anything at all. I do use the interior pocket for small items, like a bobby pin that I've just found. I use it for lip balm and kind of anything that's tiny, like hair ties. And when I do store it, I usually put the padlock on the interior pocket as well. It's just a big hole inside. There are no other pockets or anything, it's just that little one. And the date code is underneath, which is here. I feel like the hardware underneath the pocket is actually a lot nicer than the rest of the bag. And the leather on the other side is a little bit darker than the leather on the side where the pocket is, because it's covered. So usually I guess it doesn't get a lot of light or anything on that, or nothing gets, like, it doesn't actually get touched or anything, so it's still quite new and clean. Bottom of the bag's also in great condition. As usual, if you've seen my other video, you know I don't put any of my handbags on the floor outside. I either have it on my lap or on a chair. The glazing is still great on this side. I would say on this side there's a tiny little gap on the glazing, but it's not obvious, and I don't think it's going to cause any problems, because the bag's kind of quite old now, and it's only got this tiny little crack, so I don't think it's going to be a problem in the long run. But overall the handles are still doing great, and there's just hardly any wear on this bag. I must say I feel like the canvas on this bag feels quite thick and sturdy compared to some of my other Louis Vuitton bags, so I just feel like this one is so well made. It's just not really going to show much wear, even if I do use it kind of a lot more or have it for a long time in the future. So yeah, I love this bag. It just feels very thick. So that was my quick update on my Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 in the monogram print. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for the request. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next video.